Welcome to Bootstrap Businessmen, the podcast devoted to inspiring the aspiring entrepreneur on a shoestring budget. I'm your host, Dale, and this is my good buddy, Kevin.
Hey, how we doing tonight, man?
Dude, alive and kicking, man. This is going to be a little bit of a step back from our normal podcasting ways.
Yeah, kind of going back. Sometimes you got to go back to the fundamentals. You know what I mean?
Dude, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. You get 10 miles down the road and, you're going around a curvy, you're like, where the fuck am I at? And you got to plug in the coordinates in the GPS. That's all we're doing, man. We're just getting it back on course. So.
Yeah. Really, actually, what we're doing is we're recording it on GarageBand right now on Mac, and we're going to upload it later.
Nice.
So we're no longer doing the live format. So, by the way, folks, I'm telling this to Kevin at the same time I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
So it's all news to him. It just really, it relieves some of the pressure that we were having for live broadcasts because, let's face it, shit was fucking just getting stressful for both of us, wasn't it?
And plus, man, we got the faces for radio anyway, so.
Maybe you. I'm a handsome devil.
Oh, God. This is kind of nice. It's a little more relaxed. Video production, there's a certain amount of, you got to watch your body movement, how you stand, looking at the camera.
And then add in green screen. I put the green screen in there, and if you don't have lighting just right, which by the way, it's hard enough on one subject, but you put two subjects into this motherfucker?
It was getting a little crazy, yeah. It was like we almost needed another I don't know, man, what, a camera?
I think at this point we probably would have needed an additional two lights.
Two lights.
I tried to be a cheap ass and just go over to Lowe's. I didn't tell you about this because you were on vacation. I went and bought two shop lights with the same wattage light bulbs. And my good buddy Gord warned me on this one. He said, make sure you're getting the exact same light so they're the exact same temperature and color. Oh yeah, no problem. Nope. Wrong.
Wow,
I got the shop lights and they were like yellow. And see, the thing is I'm going to have to go to Amazon and order these. And I was like, well, screw it. I returned it, got a refund. And nice thing is the refunded money, I went ahead and used it for date day with my wife. We went out and
that worked out.
Yeah, we went out and played some games at the casino. We went to Dave & Buster's. Shit, I still have money left over in my pocket. Nice. That's how I roll. I go to a casino and I don't lose money.
Hey, you're better than I am, man. Anytime I go to the casino and stuff, I'm always tapping in. Hey, did you bring any extra money?
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, I do the lost puppy dog look, I
don't want to get up yet.
Yeah, it's so funny. I learned this one from my good boy, Ben. Ben and Angie, we'd always meet up with them, a couple that Kelly knew from back in her college days, and we'd always meet up with them. That was our thing for the past couple of years. We'd go meet up with this couple and just had a blast. But when Ben would blow through his money, dude, he would blow through it like a motherfucker. He would have 100, and he'd go sit at a blackjack table, and he's throwing chips down like this, like he's fucking James Bond. Me, I'm like shitting myself. He's like fucking doing like $50, $60 bets on a fucking hand, and I'm like, motherfucker, I lose my shit when I have $10 on the fucking table. I'm kind of like $10, and I'm like bust, and I'm like, I want to stab someone. But
just tossing her in there, yeah.
Yeah, shit. But I'm rabbit trailing. I know you and I. Before we got on the broadcast, it was just like we've actually been kind of catching up because it's been about 4 weeks since we've actually been on the air, and really, actually, probably about 3 weeks since we saw each other person to person lately.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 weeks since we've seen each other. Yeah, you're right about 4 weeks. Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
Holy shit.
I had a intervention with him when he first came in, and I was just like, look, dude, we need to spend more quality time together. I mean,
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it got crazy. The vacation, right around, close after the first of the year and stuff, and then a couple business things just kind of started opening up. So just kind of like takes all your time, and then plus when I got back, my wife, wanted me around the house.
Oh yeah, so, I'm not gonna battle that. Yeah, she's been with you for a long time, and
22 years.
Just tell her I've known you longer.
It is true. I don't know if she would agree to that, but
yeah. Well, I guess collectively speaking, I guess she's known you longer. But we'll just say that I knew you from longer ago.
Yeah. Well, put it this way: parts of me that nobody knows.
I probably should never know.
Yeah, no, we keep, the past is in the past for a reason, right?
So you started to go into a story. I said, dude, wait, let's just get on air because I know you're going to share something that's going to be kind of cool stuff that we should get on the podcast, which, by the way, folks, No more tutorials, no more how-tos. Kevin and I are sick of that fucking bullshit. Either A, you join for the entertainment and a little bit of information, or B, you don't join at all. Sorry, if we've offended anybody in the process of that, we can mail you a refund in the form of a rancid fart.
Actually, you can freeze those in a mason jar.
Really?
Yeah. So
Amazing. I need to just to see about freezing quite a few of those for all the haters out there of me.
There's not enough mason jars in Walmart. Keep up with you.
It's all about prioritizing and making sure you're getting everybody, like maybe I've got to take care of 2 haters a day.
There you go.
I'll probably be caught up by 2050.
Yeah. Hey, I don't, honestly, man, you're going to have to remind me, what were we talking about before we started?
You started talking about a lady in regards to your business.
A lady this was in the self-publishing arena.
Okay, all right.
Okay. She's a friend, and she had actually inquired when we were really kind of getting into Kindle really hot and heavy there for a minute, if we needed an assistant or something. So she was trying to work from home. She had left her job, wanted to be home with her kids.
Oh, okay.
And she was just asking me what I did, and I was telling her this, and then, we were talking about Bootstrap Businessmen and everything we had going on, Kindle, Create Space, and stuff there. She's like, do you guys need an assistant? So one of the things was, I was like, I don't know, we'll see what we get to. Well, now she comes back and she's asking me, she's like, hey, do you like my voice? And I was like, I don't hate it. You have a nice voice. You know what I mean? That's a weird question, right? It's just like, yeah.
Well, I mean, you haven't made me want to hate life.
Yeah,
so
I talk to you when you call me, so that we're good there.
Let's admit it, though. There are some people that have those type of voices that you're just like, oh, could you please shut the fuck up?
Text me.
Yeah. I had an ex.
Email me.
And I'm not going to mention this ex's name, but Jesus Christ on a fucking skateboard. Her fucking voice, seriously. She went to our school, by the way. I think you know who we're talking about. She went to our school. She had a voice that, seriously, I just wanted to take my fucking eardrums and just put them across a cheese grater just to make it stop.
Sure.
Nah, she had a voice like this, and she used to laugh like this. Nah, and you're like, oh, please. If you don't find it funny, just don't laugh. Quit faking it. It's like, nah. And you're like, oh.
So she's like a horse or something.
Dude, it was like out in public, and like I would be embarrassed. I'd be like, I can't make any jokes while I'm with her out in public because she's gonna laugh.
You know what?
The problem was she found everything funny that I would say. I'd be like, hey, how's it going? You're looking good today. I'm like, no, that wasn't a joke. I was saying you're looking good today because it was being sincere.
Just being nice. Just
being nice. It'd be like, oh, look at, looks like there's some clouds out today. Looking like a beautiful day again. And you're like, oh.
You're like, I just am not going to talk when we go out.
Yeah. So this chick gets a hold of you. She asks you about her voice.
Well, while I was on vacation,
yeah,
I sent you a recording.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I sent that to you, is because she actually read like an excerpt from a children's book, and recorded it and sent it.
Oh, I thought this was like an audition for you.
Huh?
I thought that was an audition. I thought it was like an ACX audition. That
No.
That's why I was like, oh yeah, get her. That sounds good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Isn't that what I said?
No.
What did I say?
You sent me a video and said, what the fuck are you sending me?
Oh.
Is this some kind of pedophile shit? And I was like, well, no. I was like, Jason was here, I think, when you got it.
Oh, I think, I was probably just trying to make a cheap pop for you. I vaguely recall it, but like, it wasn't bad though, dude.
Yeah, no. She recorded on some kind of app on her phone and sent it.
For the record, folks, I'd be a dick sometimes just to be a dick. And I think in that instance, I was just being a dick.
Dude, I was laughing my ass off. I was like, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, but it's funny as shit.
Right.
4,700 miles away from you, laughing my ass off.
Right. Well, see, that was my way of just trying to send a little bit of laughter towards your way.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Go figure. Dale goes and fucking puts his foot in his mouth as per usual.
So she sends it. She's like, what do you think? I say, hey, it's pretty good. That's not bad. Yeah. She's like, well, how do you get to narrate books? I'm like, honestly, I'm not 100% sure I can tell you on one side of the fence how you go find somebody. Okay?
Right.
So I was telling her that. She's like, okay, cool. She's like, where do I need to go? I said, go to audible.com, right? Or acx.com, sorry.
ACX, yeah.
acx.com. And
they literally have a full course there, free.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, great, thank you. Well, I didn't hear from her for a couple of days. So I was
Okay.
like, cool, maybe she's going through this. I didn't think anything about it. Actually, anytime like that, 5 minutes afterwards, I forget about it. So a couple of days go by and she sends me a message. She's like, hey, so how do I get started on becoming a narrator? I'm like, I know I sent her a link.
You just audition for gigs.
So I sent the link to her again. I said, go to ACX. Down towards the bottom of the page, it says, like, narrator, how to become a narrator. I said, click on that, follow it. There you go.
Done deal.
Oh, great, thanks.
And?
Well, about 3 days later, hey, did you like that audition or the recording I sent you? I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. I told you that. She's like, great. So she said, can you tell me how to get started in becoming a narrator? I was like,
Is she high or is she not understanding like what you're telling her?
I said, look, I've sent you the link 3 times. Told you where you go. I said, beyond that, I don't know. Oh, I thought you just wanted me to check out the page. Check out. No. So that was kind of a little bit.
Oh, fuck no. Like, people, that's the thing, is you guys won't be able to see on the video anymore my reactions to things like this. I just literally just did these face palm shaking my fucking head.
I was like, okay, this is the type of person that, great person. She needs some help, a little guidance, which is fine. But this is also the type of person, man, that you would have to hold their hands all the way through, step by step by step. And her voice was great. It was peppy, for children's narration, perfect.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's figured it out at this point. But that was, you had sent me, you're like, hey, what are some of the dumb questions you've gotten in self-publishing lately? And I was like, this was pretty dumb. Like,
yeah,
how do you do this? What?
You literally, see, that's a problem here. And folks, listen, if you're hearing this, and this doesn't matter, this is
I'm not putting her down.
This is evergreen, and hey, look, we've all been there, dude. We've all been there, where we just kind of want somebody to hold our hand and take us through it. Here's the thing: you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat this: you get what you pay for. If you're paying nothing, all right, don't expect anything.
Yeah,
so that way, if you're delivered something, you can be surprised and delighted and such. Kevin has admitted he's not a narrator, okay? He's hired narrators, but here's the thing. He didn't have to pay any money for them. They were a 50-50 royalty split. So, oh Lord, it's so funny because you get some people that will contact me in regards to self-publishing, and they want me to handhold them.
Sure.
And then when I come along and I say, hey, look, you got to understand that I had to tell somebody more recently, God bless her. I'm like, hey, look, I was like, it's all been well and good. I gave her kind of a freebie at one point or another because it was kind of a favor for a friend.
Sure.
But I finally just kind of had to nix it. I said, I'm sorry, I'm $200 per hour. And this is not me exaggerating here, folks. I charge $200 per hour for my expertise because I know that if it gets down to a hand-holding portion, I'm getting my money's worth, okay?
Yeah, right. You're getting paid for the hand.
And here's the thing is, it needs to get to a point to where someone feels uncomfortable. Not everybody's going to want to part ways with $200.
Right.
Those are the people I don't want to deal with.
Right.
It's the people that go, okay, I know his value, and also those people that kind of straddle that line of going, okay, this is $200. This is a lot of fucking money.
So they're going to take the action with it.
Exactly.
What I mean? Right.
I more recently I had a coaching student, and I think I've shared this with you, so I'll just share it on the air. He's doing very well for himself in the publishing business.
Sure.
And he and I were just having chats back and forth. I had zero intent for coaching this gentleman because he's got a good head on his shoulders. I was like, oh, you're doing fine. I just assumed. Well, there was a certain part of the business that he did not have mastered, and he wanted to use my expertise. And he said, boy, you ought to, he's like, well, first it started out with, you should coach. And I was like, I actually do. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I do one-on-one coaching. I was like, I've had a few people. See, I don't have many. Yeah. I try not to bog myself down with a bunch of coaching students. Yeah. But nonetheless, he said, well, how much is it? And I was just straightforward. I'll be as brutal as a sledgehammer to the face. I'm going to say $200 per hour. Mm-hmm. There's no negotiating. None. And he said, oh, I kind of shit myself on that. I said, well, that's a good thing. Yeah. I said, it's not me trying to be a dick, but I was like, I need to be worth my time. Yeah. And I also need something to where it's almost collateral, to where you're saying, okay, $200, this means I'm going to take you seriously. And hell, there's actually been conversations Jason and I have had. He's like, you probably should move your rate up. I actually know Dan Brock. You ready for this? The deadbeat affiliate. You want to know how much he charges per fucking hour?
How much?
$700 fucking dollars per hour.
Wow.
$6.97 to be exact.
Oh, yeah. Make it sound good.
Yeah, that's for the price for an entire self-publishing university course. By the way, plug.
Plug.
Yeah. So, hitting event, and Dan's worth it. I have not done his one-on-one coaching, but see, I have the I have the Deadbeat Affiliate University.
Sure.
And it's worth it. It's so worth it. And I could see there's been some times where I'm so tempted, but I'm like, you know what? I really need to master what I have within the university, and then I consider that option. Because that's the thing is, I don't want to get it to where I'm getting on a call with this guy and he's just repeating things that is already in his course. That's just right there, just wasting his time and wasting my money.
Absolutely. Well, one thing about coaching too that people kind of take serious, you can give them a course that's got A to Z and every detail in between, but people won't push play, right? But if you're talking to them or in front of them, right, they're going to do it. So I don't know, man. $200 an hour to me, that's not bad. I would do it if I'm sitting somewhere and I'm like, I'm stuck. I'm not seeing any movement. I'm trying to work this business. Here's this guy. I'm watching him blow up all over the place. $200? Fuck yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? Easy. Yeah, drop it.
Well, I mean, on a given day, sometimes I'm making that much within an hour. So here's my thought is, and this is not me trying to do a dick measuring contest here, folks. It's just the reality of the situation. I'm making, sometimes as a downside, $200 per hour.
Sure.
Now, over the course of 24 hours, does it flush out to that? No, not necessarily. So let's not draw assumptions. But any event, that means I've got to sacrifice that 1 hour to spend with somebody to give them the same knowledge that I have and catch them up to speed with me. So thereby, I'm kind of giving up a portion of my market share. So that's the whole thing about just knowing your value going into it. So I sincerely hope that anybody that if you want to learn something, listen. You are in the age that you can find it out anything. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. And here's the thing is, will it take some time for you to find it? Yeah. Okay, listen, I have my own course. There's other people that have courses. And you can spend the money. The nice thing is, you spend for the ability to get information that I've kind of put together through my trial and errors. And the nice thing is, like say SPU, it's actually two gentlemen, and as well, we have some other collaborators in with our project. So we save you the time of having to go and look up all those things you could otherwise find free. I know that Jason's brother, I think he said his brother at one point or another had said, well, I can just look up all this stuff for free. Yeah. He's like, do you realize how many months, years, if anything, you're going to be able to find all that information, how many mistakes you're going to make? You're paying for the privilege to know what mistakes I made and how to avoid them.
It's worth every dime.
Yeah, but in the event you don't have the money, here's the thing. This is the important thing about being a bootstrapper. Okay? We understand. Maybe you can't afford $600, $700. Maybe you have a shitty fucking credit score and you can't pull a fucking credit card to save your life. Maybe you can't pawn anything more in your house, and you're down to the last fucking dollar that's going to put food in your stomach. I totally understand and I get it. In that instance, you go to a motherfucking library, you plug into the internet, and you start fucking learning.
Just go. Yeah.
So you want to hear a fun story?
Sure.
So have you been paying attention to the Hustle Project lately?
No. Dude, I haven't been on Facebook. I'm just going to be honest, since probably prior to Christmas.
Yeah, you've been busy as a motherfucker. So any rate, it's the Hustle Project, and anybody who gets the opportunity, if you're hearing this, that's my boy Jason Brock's group. Actually, you go up to Facebook, just look up the Hustle Project.
It's a great group to belong to. Sure.
Yeah. There's some things that I kind of just get a little miffed with, and I move on. But
entertainment.
There's one kid within the group, and I'm gonna name drop him. He's a good kid. He got a lot of energy, man. This kid is all over the Hustle Project. Like he literally breathed life back into it. And the funny thing is, Jason came over here and I brought up kid's name. And I was like, that dude is fucking on my last nerve. Every 2 seconds he's posting. And Jason's cracking up laughing. He goes, I love it. He uses like it's his own personal Twitter feed. Yeah. He's cracking up laughing. I was like, I don't see how you think that's fucking funny. He's like, it is, because he's finally getting people talking. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, no matter what he's saying. Kind of what those kids were saying the other night. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, so
Controversial or not.
kid's name is Simon Sue, and I think I'm pronouncing the last name right. S-U-H.
Okay.
Might be either way. Kid from Vancouver, high energy. He's all about the money. He loves money.
Okay.
And it's not just like he loves money, like like you and I, we love money. You
Sure,
know,
no, he is
it's like next level. Like I want to learn
He's
more
obsessed
about.
with it.
Yeah, he wants to learn. It's not like him chasing the dollar. It's I
How do I
really like
invest?
this.
Yeah, and how do I do this?
I was able to suss it out with him because he and I were having a conversation back and forth today. Now, let me preface this. He sent me a friend request some time ago. And if I don't know somebody, I just typically will leave them in friend request purgatory for a while.
Sure. I do the same thing. I got a list.
Yeah, because I want to see.
There's I don't know,
Yeah, because here's the thing: is I'm a slightly private guy when it comes to some of my personal space because my personal Facebook page is personal. It's not a professional one. If you want my professional one, I've got a fitness one, and I've got the one for self-publishing with Dale L. Roberts on YouTube, and then we've got Bootstrap. Yeah. So I mean, it's plenty at this point.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm kind of like, but I watched how this kid was, interacting, and he had great intentions. So I was like, let me go ahead. I accept his friend request. Send him, say, hey, how's it going, Simon? And we hit it off really well. And when I was able to kind of suss out, he's not it's not, I'm all about the dollar. He's not like, he's like the root of all evil. No, he's like, he really is just all about, money. He likes to learn about how to acquire, how to accumulate, how to invest. So he's just really just a broad type thing. So I was able to kind of find out one of his favorite speakers. You ready for this? Share something in common with you. Tony Robbins.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So I said, you know what, man? This kid is strapped for cash. He works at a call center job. He has barely any money to work together. Here's the nice thing for him networking just with somebody else.
Sure.
I went ahead, I got onto Audible, and I bought him about $200 worth of books.
Oh, nice. Yes.
$200, all of them about money. I got him one for Tony Robbins. I got him one for Brian Tracy. I got him one for Grant Cardone. I got him one for... and I'm not sitting here like, I just threw $200 out the door. Listen, guys, don't try to fucking contact me and try to get $200. But, the thing is, I saw enough promise in this kid. I knew that all he needs is great direction.
Sure.
And I said, hey, do you listen to audiobooks? And he's just like, not typically. He's like, I typically get on YouTube and I'll listen to it. He says sometimes at night he'll turn it on and fall asleep to it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was like, brilliant. I was like, okay. So that's why I went ahead. I sent him 5 different books, and he has hundreds of hours of content. Nice. Like I said, Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, one of my favorites, Chris Widener, Grant Cardone, and Brian Tracy. Did I say that? Yeah. There was 5 altogether. So kid was ecstatic. He was like, I'm already listening to it. So that's the thing is, remember, don't downplay the importance of networking as well.
Sure.
He never asked for that.
Right.
But I can sense through his energy and how he conducted himself that he's genuine, that he really wants to learn it. He said his exact words were, he wanted to become a better salesman. And I said, you know what? You have to become obsessed with it.
Sure.
How did I get good at self-publishing? I became obsessed with it, and I still am. And how did you become good at doing your business at point of sales?
You obsess over him, day and night.
You obsess over it, and that's the thing. You got to become obsessed. Do you think Michael Jordan was just kind of like, I kind of want to play basketball?
No, man. I mean, it's day in and day out. It's a passion. It becomes an obsession. It does.
It does.
And the reason why is because you're challenging yourself. You don't even realize it. You're challenging yourself to go to the next level within yourself. Is what's happening. It's a mental game, right?
Yeah, it
is once you get to a point you're like, I don't know what to do, guess what? You just plateaued. So now you got to go higher, right?
Yes.
So that once that obsession kicks in, those plateaus stop for a while because you just keep going. You're like, what's this? How can I do this better? How can I do it quicker? How can I do it more? How can I create another income stream? How can I do this? Right? All the time you're writing, you're note taking, you're reading, listening to audiobooks, whatever.
Yeah.
Grant Cardone's probably going to be a huge one for him. This guy he's no bullshit, pulls no punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as a sales approach goes. But yeah, man, that obsession. Oh my God! You wake up at 3:00 in the morning. Do you keep a notepad next to your bed? I have to anymore because I'll wake up. I've been waking up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning going, oh, okay. I got to remember to do this, call that guy.
I've gotten out of the habit of it only because I have this, being my Android by my bedside, so I can literally just plug it into my to-do list, which is a mile long.
Dude, if I open up my phone at 2:30 in the morning, I'm not going to put it down till probably 6.
That can be true sometimes for me because the one time that
emails and everything else.
So did I share you about the glitch on Google AdWords?
No.
Okay, so what ended up happening is I just wanted to test Google AdWords through YouTube. So I might as well go ahead and share it anyway. So I just wanted to test it. I want to see it because here pretty soon I'm going to be driving traffic to some of the videos within self-publishing with Dale L. Roberts because essentially it's going to send people to my opt-in page to where I can start to build an email list. I've got a tripwire. It's going to build up over to my course.
Sure.
And it's come up to the upsell, the coaching course as well. So all of that has, a big grand plan. But I need to spend a little bit of money in order to send people over there. Because sure, we can do things organically, but that's slow. Let's put that fucker on the front burner. So
let's go. Let's get it going.
So I just said, okay, screw it. I'll go ahead and I'll put an ad through YouTube, which you set it up through YouTube, but then it'll redirect you over into AdWords because it attaches to your AdWords account, which is super easy, folks. Just Google it up. You can set up an AdWords account for free.
Takes 5 minutes.
I really kind of got hung up on it because I thought I had to spend money in order to open it. No, you don't. Just set up a campaign, put it on pause. You're going to probably have to put a credit card on it, but, if you put a campaign on pause, you're good. And here's the nice thing is Google's support was stellar.
Sure.
And I'll tell you why here in just a second. So I probably picked about, I'd say, a dozen keywords to support the particular video I wanted to send them to. And there was 2 different types of, ads I was going to do. And it was like, sponsored in like Google, or not Google, in YouTube, where like it'll say sponsored video on the top right-hand side when you're watching a video. Mm-hmm. So it'll have that, and then there was like in-ad ones, which would be like through like Google itself, where they would show like if someone was searching up, it would be in a certain page depending on how much I was paying price per click or impressions.
Right.
So in this particular instance, I said, let's go ahead and do nickel on each one of them, 5 cents, which by the way is fucking bargain basement.
Right.
That's like going to a gas station and saying, fill me up with $1, please, chap. You're not going to fill your...
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So I put it on there. Nothing happened the first 24 hours. And I did the same thing. I did the same campaign through Bing Ads as well.
Okay.
Which that one's still running to a certain extent. And I do have a bargain basement. Some of them are price clicked by like 10 cents. But on YouTube, though, okay, so I after 24 hours, I moved them up to 10 cents, which still is just kind of like, I'm a high spender, fill my gas tank up with $2.
Go ahead and put me down for 10.
Well, the fucking floodgates open. Now let me go ahead and preface this. It was about 10 o'clock, I'm going to bed, and I go and lay down, which, by the way, if anybody's listening, be really close, you can hear some piano music. We're not piping that in. That's my neighbor above us.
Yeah.
So, all right.
They're good. Yeah, no, it's good background music.
It's almost like, don't stop and quit repeating the same songs. All right, so in any event, I go to bed at 10 o'clock, and just prior to that, I set the campaign to 10 cents per click on both AdWords and over on Bing Ads.
Nice.
So I go lay down. And I just wake up at 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. And see, I don't get as many notifications as you do, so I can safely open up my phone. And I was like, I wonder where my views are. So I just I hit the video, or I go open up YouTube, and I see 800 views. And it just stops my heart because I was like, holy shit, because I went to bed and there was probably 111 views. And then it says 800 views.
You're like, uh-oh.
That's within 6 hours. And I'm going, that's way more than 10 cents per click right there. Yeah. I'm like, unless they all of a sudden start giving me fucking half a cent per fucking click, something's up. I go and I open up my AdWords account.
Sure.
$49.33.
Wow.
I fucking have a heart attack. I couldn't go back to sleep. I had to get up. Yeah. Because I'm like, and of course, go figure, phone support's not available. And it's not like I'm going to be able to say anything while my wife's sleeping in the other room. I'm going to wait that whole time. So, of course, it's fucking torturing me.
Oh, man. I bet you you probably wrote a book or two, probably waiting for phone support open, right?
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, I probably pumped out a few journals. any event, though, I get over onto Google support, and they were real responsive. They got with me, and I tell the guy the situation. And at first, he didn't understand, and I felt like English was not his native language.
Sure.
So he just, he assures me, yeah, you got $5 per day as a budget, which that was what I said to that.
Sure.
10 cents per click, okay, yeah, this all looks good. And you spend $49.33. I'm like, read that again. You're not getting it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Let me see here. I was like, $5 budget in a day, and it wasn't even a day. And he was like, oh.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the light bulb goes off above his head. He says, give me a second. I need to go speak to my assistant manager. We're going to figure out how we can resolve this. He comes back, and about 5 minutes later and was like, I am so sorry for all the confusion. It is plain and simple a glitch. And he said, it was a glitch. I said, will I be penalized for this? Because it was going towards YouTube for views.
Sure.
And here's the thing is, you could go into Fiverr and get views fluffed on your YouTube account, but I would not recommend it because there are certain vetters within YouTube and Google that will fucking pretty much blackball your fucking thing.
I was gonna say probably shut you down, yeah.
Right, and they're like, no, not at all. It's still organic views. They were like, that's just fine. You pay it's paid organic views, if you will. But they said it's still good. You won't have to pay for those other ones. They were like, it was our fault. We didn't shut it off when it should have been shut off.
Oh, okay.
That's essentially what happened, They were like, it was just a glitch. I was like, well, can you do me a favor? And he's like, sure. I was like, can you make it glitch out like this more often? I was like, holy crap. Well, see, what ended up happening is, there was a little bit of a compromise. $5 per day. It went a little over into $6. And because it went from midnight to 4 o'clock, because between 10 and 12 was when it rained down $49.33. Well, there was an additional $3.96 between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning when I stopped the fucking campaign.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When I paused it. Because, and so here's the nice thing, it kind of washed out because I put $10 for the budget anyways.
Sure.
And this is the way I am with the ads. I'm just essentially just going to take $5 to $10 because I go to a casino and I put $10 down on a fucking bet for fuck's sake.
This you're betting on yourself.
And I'm learning something in the process. I'm learning how to actually use this tool to my advantage. And the nice thing is that video has, last I saw, it was over 900 views is what it ended up having. And my subscriber base grew by about 14 from that video alone.
From a glitch.
Yep, from that specific glitch, which, worked out in my favor. I was sharing with one of my buddies on the phone, and he's like, dude, you need to teach me how to do that glitch. I was like, if I knew, I would do it every day.
Right.
But,
hey, with AdWords, can you set it up to link to a PayPal? Pull out a PayPal account, or do you have to do it right from your, card or something?
I did it through my PayPal, but only because I have the debit card. Keep in mind, the debit cards for PayPal don't cost a dime.
Right. No, I was just curious. Yeah, if you could do it, PayPal or... Okay.
So I essentially do that, which I recommend to anybody. A lot of people are kind of balk at PayPal. For instance, if you do any kind of business transaction. So let's say, for instance, I charge you to coach you. I don't get a full $200 because they take a small percentage. But here's the thing. I could still put that inside my taxes at the end of the year.
Sure.
That's a business expense.
It's going to make
the
up
fees.
the difference for the
I'm not sweating on that small amount. And here's the thing is, for most transactions like that, you're not dinged on that. So say, for instance, I want to pull money from that debit card, not a dime.
Right.
Not a dime for me to use that. And here's the nice thing is if you actually use it as a credit card, they actually give you, I think it's 1% cash back.
Oh, nice.
So I get a nice little kickback every month from all my expenses that I do. And so I typically take something like that and I'll invest it into small, minor, things.
I'll tell you what, Elon Musk, genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, here's a good example. I mean, from my cash back over the last couple of months, that bought me a new guitar jack, which that guitar jack is going to go into the old guitar over here. And I'm actually going to be recording music that's going to be used in the YouTube videos.
Oh, nice.
Used in future, projects and things like that. So I'm feeding back into the business. So thank you, PayPal, for the cash back.
Yeah,
I am using it responsibly.
Nice, man. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know PayPal, as far as online, anything like that, it is safe and secure. It is, to
It
do
is.
those, especially person-to-person transactions.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Works out beautifully. So
They had a couple hiccups, I think, a few years ago, and a lot of people kind of tight ball on it about PayPal. But here's the thing: is they actually have what's called an HTTPS, which is a secure server. So a friend of mine, actually, this is when I was doing the whole Advocare thing. That she wanted to order some product, but her husband was like, "No, I don't like having my credit card online." And I'm like, "Dude, it's on a secure server, which means they're assuring you that it's going to be safe." So, in the event that it gets hacked, it's like, well, that's not very likely, but in the event it does, you just get all your credit card company, you just get reimbursed and, wash your hands.
Done.
Know.
Yeah.
But I mean, PayPal's got the HTTPS. It's a secure server, so I wouldn't even ever worry about something like that. And,
No.
PayPal, I have, I'll do my business transactions through it. My money from Smashwords. By the way, Smashwords is now monthly.
Yeah, monthly, and
Big news.
Draft to digital went to. There's no minimum.
No minimum. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm liking where the direction of the self-publishing is going. Actually, I'll be releasing a video, I'm sure in the next couple of months, discussing those alternatives, because there was a lot of people about 1 year ago up till about now that have had their accounts banned due to things they weren't trying to be black hat about, but unfortunately were considered black hat by Amazon. For instance, the 10x method.
Sure.
10x method. It was confirmed, oh yeah, it's okay, and the next thing you know, Amazon's going around, suspend, terminate. And then these people are just throwing their hands up and throwing their publications away. Are you stupid?
Oh, man. You got alternate avenues here. Yeah.
And it just slays me because you have a fucking golden goose in your hand. Just because you can't get on Amazon doesn't mean game's over.
Right on.
I mean, shit, that reminds me when we were kids, and I think I was guilty of this with my brother on numerous occasions. We play Monopoly, and he's whipping my ass, and I just say, screw it. I'd have like a couple houses and a hotel left over. Well, don't ever discount the smallest dog in the fight for not being worthy of finishing.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, or the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. So
yes.
And
exactly.
if anybody this last weekend to attest, if you watched the Super Bowl,
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
I caught probably the last hour of it, so last half of it, and I got to be honest with you, this was the greatest comeback in any sports game I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
The last basically 10 minutes of this game, the one team was down by 25 points going into the fourth quarter.
Wow.
They came back and won it by 6. They made a 31-point comeback in less than 10 minutes.
It just goes to show you should never, ever, ever give up. And these
Never
people that just went and said, screw it, they closed up shop, they sold all the stuff. Are you kidding me? You're like that spoiled little brat. If you're not going to stay in this business to fucking make some true money in the long term, what the fuck are you doing here anyways? Go suck a dick on the corner. You get better money in the long term and some herpes.
Well, I'm not going to tell you that I've still got about 12 or 13 that need to be published.
Well, the thing is,
on Smashwords, I hate fucking Smashwords.
Well, here's the thing is, there's a huge difference between you taking your time and doing it and you throwing your hands up and saying, screw it, I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
There was people that were literally selling hundreds of publications, but here's the problem is they took their tainted work and then they pawned it off on other people that
so then
bought
they're getting
it.
Probably slapped on their hands.
Exactly, because here's the problem is Amazon has these publications as being flagged. And of course, most of these people are putting these publications up and then they're getting in trouble for putting these publications up. They got to prove they have the rights and that they are not, in fact, the person that they shut down.
Yeah.
And it became an ugly situation. Thankfully, I didn't go through that issue, but I saw it was just a mass exodus. People were just bailing on self-publishing because of all these things, because they're just like, oh, well, I can't be on Amazon, so I'm going to go home. Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I think it'd be completely different if you were being underhanded and vicious about your things. It's, if you were doing something that was purposely manipulating Amazon's system and you decided to quit out of the business, good riddance. See you. I'm glad you're gone. And there's probably good reason why you didn't want to try other alternatives.
Absolutely.
Is because you didn't want to fucking work for it.
Yeah, clear the way. And here's the thing, too. You got to keep a positive mindset. Everything that's supposed to come to you is going to come to you in the right moment.
Yeah.
You go through the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, and the learning and the cussing and the no sleep and, 15-hour days is preparing you for what we were just talking about earlier, the light at the end of the tunnel, right?
Yeah.
There are moments, man, where you're digging and digging and digging, and you're like, fuck this, I'm tired. Fuck it. I'll just go get a job at Chase Bank.
Yeah.
How do you want your 20s back or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Oh, believe me, there's days that I feel like I'm serious. It's not always sunshine and rainbows, man.
No.
Just the other day, and I know my wife had her moment last night. I had mine probably a couple days ago. I just said, it was like late afternoon. I just literally said, fuck it. But thankfully, I've gotten to that point that I can say fuck it every now and then and step away.
You've put in the time, and it's kind of opened up a little bit.
Yeah, thankfully. Now, there's another part of me that sometimes says, suck it up, buttercup, and just keep working. But to a certain extent, I think I've worked my way to that point that I can actually let my foot off the gas pedal. Not necessarily put it on the brakes, but just let it off the gas pedal just a little bit so I can relax on a late afternoon because I'm just feeling fucking frizzle fried.
Well, and you got to give yourself a break too, though. You know what I mean? You got to recharge a little bit, or you're going to burn out and you will give up.
Yeah, and your mileage ain't going to be worth the shit.
Yeah, or you're going to continue and it's just going to be like garbage.
Yeah,
like you said.
You can't always hustle 24/7 here, folks. I'm going to tell you this, that, try to push through, but you got to also understand there needs to be moments that you need to, first of all, connect with your loved ones.
Yeah.
Do things that you really enjoy outside of your business. I love to write, but guess what? There needs to be time where I need to close my computer and play some video games with my wife, or, watch a wrestling, or go visit some of my wrestling friends.
Sure.
Think about that. It's hustling 24/7 just ain't realistic to me. Now, there are those rare occasions, those hustlers that can do it. The crazy-ass Gary Vaynerchuks out there that can do it all the fucking time. Don't try to fucking get yourself such a large ego and think that you're a Gary Vaynerchuk. That is one in a fucking million. That's lightning in a bottle. And it's not me trying to tell you that, you're a piece of shit or anything else like that. But be realistic with yourself and understand that there needs to be a little bit of me time every now and then, because when it gets to business time, you're so recharged that by the time you open that fucking computer up, you're getting ready to go into, dude, you will fucking dominate shit. I can't tell you, there's been times I will just pump out tons of publications. I'll complete a fucking video. I'll conduct a fucking coaching call. And then I'm like, it's only mid-afternoon. And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going, did I just butt fuck the day? Yeah, damn right I did.
Damn right you did.
And I'm not done.
Yeah. There was this kind of funny. This guy I met up in Philly when I was up there in beginning of January. Yeah. I forgot about that dude. Right at the beginning of January, I was in Philly for 5 days. Came back, went to Spain. Now I'm getting ready to go to Charlotte. So it's just been crazy.
That's what I told you. I said your uncle traveling, Matt, just like the Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, dude. I honestly, I could if I didn't have to do anything else, just had my residual income built, I would do this. You know what I mean? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
You see so many different cultures, different just people. But anyway, I met this guy. He had it's a pizza place, right? Don't think anything about it. Pizza joint. The guy's hugely successful. Like this place, midday there was a line. I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah. He's like, wait till 8:00. He goes, you'll have to wait an hour to get in my door. Right? Just successful. And I'm looking at this location and I'm like going, it doesn't even look like a location that's going to be busy, right?
Yeah.
But people come from everywhere to this guy's pizza place. It only has one location. He told me, he said when he was getting ready to start his business, he was working 2 jobs, saving half the income from the second one, right, off to the side, to buy a pizza oven, to buy like stools and countertops, everything he needs to go into the brick and mortar.
That's brilliant.
So he actually had everything purchased, had an oven, all this stuff, had a location. Honest to God, this guy's like, I tell you, this would never happen to anybody else but me. He said the day I show up The truck is there to deliver the products, the pizza oven, everything that goes inside of this location. The owner of the building shows up and said, sorry, I forgot to tell you I rented this to somebody else.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. So the guy is literally not even joking. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And the driver, he's like, hey, you got to get this shit off of here or send it back, something, And he's like, well, shit, what do I do? It's already paid for. Had a buddy of his that let him put it in his garage, right? Well, and he was walking after they got everything unloaded the same day. He was walking. He's like, fuck it, I'm done. He's like, I'm never going to have this restaurant. I'm just, fuck it. He said he was standing at the corner and he was talking to this guy. He's like, yeah, if you know anybody wants to buy a pizza oven, I got all this shit. And he was just going on and on, just ran and just gave up. Just life was over for this guy, right? And he's like, Kevin, he said, this guy looked at me and he goes, hey. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, I actually have a location. He said, you can come take a look at it. He said, the rent's cheap. It's like $300 a month. He said, if you want it, it needs a lot of work. It's yours. This location, dude, I'm telling you, the guy on his, okay, I'll let you know a little bit of this. On his credit card processing statement alone is $65,000 a month.
Jesus.
And if you know anything about a pizza place, $5, $6, a lot of it's cash transactions.
Yeah.
So he's doing half in credit cards and half in cash. So $130,000 a month.
He's clearing six figures easily.
From the shitty ass location. And he goes, the moral of that story, long way home, he was telling me the story. He said, if something stops you, it's pointing you in another direction. And you can't give up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said, it's pointing you to where you're supposed to be. He said, if I would have been, he said, and no lie, he said, if I would have been in the other location, he said, the businesses that have been there, some of them have been moved out. There's empty portions of it now because it's been robbed so many different times. This is in Philadelphia, right? So this is rough.
Philly, yeah.
And where he's at, you would think that he's getting robbed all the time because you look at the location, you're like, fuck, I'm scared to go in this place, at night. Beautiful, beautiful business location. It's centralized to so many different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
He said this is where I was supposed to be. He said as soon as he opened the doors, it was booming. So, the moral of that story, like he said, is you can't give up. Pay attention, right? The synchronicities in our life. You have to really pay attention. You have to be conscious, right?
Yeah.
They're telling you, okay? If you're feeling tired and you're typing or you're doing an email and you can't even type the fucking word "the," right? There's a synchronicity right there in that moment. Walk away because you're about ready to screw something up.
Yeah.
Walk away, catch your breath, maybe come back the next day, maybe give it an hour, and you'll see that things just kind of open up.
Yeah.
But we just got to pay attention.
Dude, how are we supposed to continue after that story?
I don't know.
That's a good fucking show ender. But before we do close out, I do want to share with you. I picked up my guitar jack. You know where I got it?
Guitar Center.
No.
No.
Oddly enough, I actually went with one of our longest running sponsors of the show, Amazon.com.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I just simply went over to the link in our description below. And literally, I didn't have to spend any more money. It was like $10 on Amazon.com.
Sure.
But the nice thing is we get a nice little kickback from that purchase.
Dude, are you a Prime member?
I am a Prime member because guess what? I don't have to pay for 2-day shipping. So I ordered that today.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's going to get to me on Friday. So then I can actually have that installed by Saturday where I can be able to have my jam session.
And the crazy part about it is, and I understand, I did Prime about 2 months ago, and it's already paid for itself. Okay? That $10 item would have probably cost you almost another $10 in the shipping if you wanted it in 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it. Just a recommendation, if you order on Amazon a lot, you're shipping products, whatever the case is, or you need an emergency birthday, whatever is going on, Prime is worth it. Plus you get the music.
Oh, the
Prime music,
worth it.
Prime videos.
The movies.
Yeah.
The movies. Actually, I haven't used that in a while, only because I haven't watched very much television. But,
Dude.
Rest assured, folks, if you want to support the show, here's the thing is, we will continue to pump out quality information and such like that. But if you can just do us a favor, just shop at that link in the description, or you can simply go to shop.bootstrapbusinessmen.com. Once again, that's shop.bootstrapbusinessmen.com. Share that with a friend, a family member. Just bookmark it inside your browser. So every time that you do your shopping, a small portion of the profits come back to support this show. It does not adversely affect your cost, and it greatly helps us out in delivering you guys good quality content. So, Kevin, why don't you close this out since you gave us that killer story?
I don't know if it was killer, but man, it was a good point because this guy, it's just the way that it is, folks. I mean, anything worth pursuing, right, is not going to be easy. It's not. Think about anything that you've tried to do. Think about your New Year's resolutions. You're going to work on your fitness. Yeah. How easy is that? That's not easy, man.
It's never easy.
Yeah, because you got to find the right regimen. You got to find the right blend of foods and exercise routine and time. Yeah. And then you have to, make yourself go do it. So anything that's worth pursuing, there's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but it's not necessarily a challenge. I don't want to call it a challenge. It's such a learning curve, that happens because you learn how far you can stretch yourself, your abilities to bounce back maybe after a little bit of a setback or something, because it's pointing you in the direction that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So if you tried writing a book and you worked every angle and it sucked, I don't think you're supposed to be a writer. It's pointing you in no, honestly, not everybody is supposed to do the same thing, obviously. We've all got hidden talents.
Yes.
And you just need to pull those out, become obsessed of yourself and the things that you love. And just being honest with you, 2 people sitting in this room, it'll work out for you. But you're going to eat some ramen noodles. You're going to, be tight, and, you're going to give up time with family. You're going to give up time with friends. You know what I mean? For a moment.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden you have plenty of time to spend with those family and friends. A little more quality time, actually. Because you're not going to be worried about, holy shit, if I take them to lunch, am I going to be able to pay my electric bill, right? Because now the floodgates have kind of opened. You can take them to lunch, enjoy that time, laugh, and make a memory, right?
Yeah.
So never give up, never stop pushing, and you got to find a balance. You got to get rest for your creativity. That's just the way that I see it, man. That's all I got.
All right.
That's it.
On behalf of Bootstrap Businessmen, I'm Dale.
That's Kevin.
Bye.